Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another predictions video. And in today's video, I'm be predicting the Gane versus Jones fight. If you are new around here though and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Like the video if you're doing a like video, and let's get straight into it. So going into this fight, Gane is 11-1 with 5 KOs and 3 submissions, and Jones is 26-1 with 10 KOs and 6 submissions. This fight is for the heavyweight title, the vacant heavyweight title. Gane's last fight was a win via KO in round 3 versus Tuivasa, and Jones' last fight was a win via unanimous decision versus Reyes back in 2020. So over 3 years since we've seen him back in the ring or in the cage, and I'm very glad to see him back. Jones is the former light heavyweight champion. Jones is 35 and Gane is 32. Also on this card is Shevchenko versus Grasso for the women's flyweight title, in which I think Shevchenko will win via TKO in round 4. I think it'll be a relatively comfortable performance for Shevchenko. I do very much enjoy watching her fights because they're always seemingly entertaining, and I think she'll be able to get probably a kick, constant kicks or whatever, and that will eventually be able to stop her opponent because she does have very good striking in that aspect. Gane is a very high level has very high level striking, and is a fast, accurate and sharp striker who also has great reflexes and can still wrestle well. He almost got Ngannou out of there when they was fighting him. Obviously that was his one loss versus Ngannou. He didn't know. I don't really know why he didn't, but I feel like he had a chance to. But he's still a good wrestler, an experienced wrestler, probably not as good as what Jones has shown in the past. Well, definitely not as good as what Jones has shown in the past, but it's the speed and it's the accurateness. He moves like he's from maybe like a middleweight or below, and it's something you can't really see that much in the heavyweight division. The movement is crazy, and the accuracy. That accuracy is what teared up Tuivasa. That move, being able to move in and out, it was crazy, and being able to land all the shots is just why he managed to get a KO versus Tuivasa. And I thought Tuivasa would win. I had high expectations for Tuivasa in the heavyweight kind of heavyweight rankings, and I'm still sure he'll still be a good fighter and have more big fights. But Gane, the way he pieced him together was very dominant. And it's very interesting to see. Jones, though, has moved up for this fight in weight, this first time fighting in heavyweight. He's, of course, not been about for a long time, and so he's bulked up quite a bit and has seemingly been just getting stronger and stronger. Jones is arguably the GOAT of the UFC, if not one of the best, if not the best, and there's a lot of people saying he's the best. I mean, his only loss was via disqualification, which, from what I've seen, is quite a harsh disqualification. But still, other than that, 26-1 is a very, very good record. Jones, though, is fast, strong, unpredictable, and very well rounded, with who also has great takedown defense, kicks, and wrestling. Very much an all-rounded, very good fighter. His wrestling and takedown defense is very interesting and something that I really like to see when I watch his fights. And his unpredictability, he can shoot a knee, he'll shoot a kick, he'll shoot a takedown. You never really know what to expect with him, but Gane's going to have to use his movement and going to have to be on it to be able to not get taken down too much by Jones, because that's something that you don't really want to get too much, because I'm pretty sure even whatever weight he is, he'll be able to be good on the ground. And I mean, it'll be interesting to see if he's got still as good a conditioning, because of course he's going up in the weight, he's going to be heavier, and he's older now. He's 3 years older than the last time he fought, and I mean, realistically, the last time he fought, he didn't look great. Like, he could have lost, and he almost did, but he still managed to get the win, of course. But yeah, in his last couple of fights, he didn't look great, and so I mean, it'll be interesting to see if he can move up and keep the exact same attributes, because I feel like there's a kind of thing around him that everybody's expecting him to come in and be the same John Jones that we saw 3 years ago, or maybe even before that, 4 or 5 years ago. And I just don't think that's going to happen. I think it's the same with Conor McGregor. It's that hype around them that they're going to come back in and just be crazily good. And I mean, especially not with Conor McGregor. I don't think that's going to happen. And Jones, I mean, I still think he'll be a very good fighter, and he could definitely win this fight 100%. And I mean, a lot of people are saying he will win this fight, and I think it'd be a very good fight, this one. But I think that people are just overhyping him a little bit. I mean, I'll be happily proved wrong if he comes in and he's amazing and he just wipes the floor with Gane. Then I'll be happily proved wrong. And I mean, if he dominates Gane, then I possibly will say even go as far as saying that he could beat Ngannou. But I mean, if he loses versus Gane, then I mean he can't really beat Ngannou, because if you do the maths, Ngannou beat Gane, Gane beats Jones, then I don't think Jones will be able to beat Ngannou. I know it's different styles, of course, but I just don't think that'll be the case. And so it'd be interesting to see because I do think he is past the prime of his career. And so, yeah, of course, it'd be interesting to see if he comes in and if he's still as dominant as what he has been in the past. And these 3 years out have been a positive or a negative for him in his career. Of course, Jones is the favourite for this fight, and I think that Gane will win via unanimous decision. I'm probably annoyed a few people with that, but yeah, I think it's Gane's movement and his accuracy. If he can keep on the outside the cage and not get taken down too much by Jones, maybe once, maybe twice at a maximum, I wouldn't want too much more than that, and just not try and go to Jones's game and just play his own game. And if he can fight like he fought against Tuivasa, I know they're completely different opponents, but I think there is a chance of him winning. And if he sees the opening, he has to take the opening, and he can't make any stupid mistakes or anything like that, because he can't risk doing that. And he kind of did that a little bit against Ngannou, because I think he probably could have beaten Ngannou, but I mean he didn't in the end, and it was a very good performance by Ngannou. But I think there is a possibility, and I think Gane will win this fight. It's the youthfulness. I know it's only 3 years difference, but obviously Jones has the more experience. But I think Gane's activity and his just kind of want to be in and around the game is what I think is going to win him this fight as well, because I think he's more eager to be in and around than Jones is. I don't know if Jones is doing this more for money this return, or hype, because he knows there's going to be a lot of hype, or maybe both, or maybe he does really want to just be around the sport and it's good for his, I suppose, mental health or anything like that. But I still think Gane is the, I wouldn't say better fighter because we don't know that yet, but I think Gane is going to be able to win this fight. I think it'd be a very good fight, and if Jones make a good account for himself, it wouldn't surprise me if in a couple more years or even a couple more fights he could be back fighting for the title again. And I mean, it depends how long he wants to stay around this, and if he loses a fight, Jones, he might just retire. I honestly don't know, but that's where we're at with Jones at the moment. But yeah, I think Gane will win via unanimous decision. That movement, that speed, that accuracy, I think he'll be able to just kind of tap his way to a victory. I don't think it'll be overly entertaining of a fight, but we'll have to see what happens in that kind of aspect. And then I think if Jones make a good account for himself, even if he loses, I think that Jones versus Miocic fight is always there. Gane could fight Miocic if Miocic wants, and he probably will want, but I think that Jones versus Miocic fight is still there if Jones makes a good account for himself. So I'd like to see Gane possibly face Blades or Pavlovich. I don't really mind. It depends how close this fight is. If this fight needs a rematch, then this fight should get an instant rematch. But the winner of Blades versus Pavlovich, I believe they're fighting next. That should really realistically be like an eliminator for a world title shot, and either of them two would be a very good fight for Gane as well. I think I would like that Pavlovich fight for Gane. I think that would be a good fight. But yeah, a lot of good fights around the heavyweights at the moment. Obviously, it's a shame about what's going on with Ngannou, him not being around in the UFC anymore. It'd be interesting to see if he ever comes back. But there's still lots of good fights going on in the heavyweight UFC division. And yeah, looking forward to the future. And yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy. Like the video if you didn't, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.